Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a while since this gentleman was the speaker on Power Monday. But today is that day. So Mercy Accord, kindly introduce the speaker of the day.
Thank you, Noel. Good morning, Power Monday. It is my privilege and honor to introduce to us the speaker of the day. I've also been waiting, as Noel has been. So the speaker of the day is none other than Rotarian Otieno Paul Peter. Otieno Paul Peter is a prolific author, a trainer, and a business philosopher with a passion for unlocking human potential and digital transformation. He's a co-founder of ICT Gurus, a firm that is dedicated to helping businesses go online, dependably, affordably, and securely. Through Live Your Dream Enterprises Limited, which he also co-founded, he empowers entrepreneurs to building thriving enterprises. And through Power Monday, our very own, he inspires thousands of entrepreneurs and career professionals to grow with purpose. Paul is currently helping MSMEs across the region transform their digital footprints from monthly expenses into revenue-generating assets. He is currently the president of the Rotary Club of Milimani. Says that he's authored 3 transformational books and others are still coming up. Otieno holds a master's in science degree in psychology from Liverpool John Moore University in London, an MSc in information systems, and a BSc in physics, both from the University of Nairobi. But besides this, he also has quite a number of certifications. So in case you need to take your business online, you need a leadership or business training, in case you need sales or customer experience coaching, or still team building facilitation, Otieno Paul Peter is the person to call on to. And if you want to learn more about this gentleman, then feel free to Google www.otienopaulpeter.com. But this morning, join me in welcoming Mr. Otieno Paul Peter to share something interesting with us about the digital space. So let's all put our hands together virtually as we invite Mr. OPP. Karibu sana OPP.
Thank you. I don't know whether it's my network that is fluctuating, because I've been hearing towards the end you are fluctuating.
So
I will go right, just a moment. So thank you. Let me try to do off video. My last research was on how small businesses, micro, that is MSMEs, and more so home-based businesses are creating or are developing credibility online, as opposed to what previously used to be known as front office or storefront. So these are some of the brands related to me. And one is Live Your Dream. You've been told about Live Your Dream, one of our organizations we started in 2013. ICT Gurus started in 2009. Power Monday started in 2000. Linda Vijana also in the year 2020. And 2020, and that is Power Monday as well. We are in the 6th year. Rotary Club of Milimani I joined in 2016. Currently the president, and of course Otieno Paul Peter himself is a brand. Yes, so I'm happy to be here today. I have only 2 objectives, and one is to help you make better decisions about your online presence, maximizing efficiency and saving you, or at least helping you make some money online. And I would also like to help you rethink your online strategy. And so we will start with one of the things that I hold dear. And you see, the reason you're online grow your brand to maybe ultimately make some money or promote a particular cause. And that has to do with that important word called trust. Well, I've changed to hotspot. I don't know, seems like there is a big problem. So
Yeah.
that, yeah. So I was saying that your online presence could be an asset or a liability. And the question is, one, are you available online? And do you have a website? And if you do, why? If you are online, why are you online? What is your objective? Are you achieving your objective? Have you ever checked how your website is performing? Now, this is an important thing. Enough of us do not think about website performance. Yes, we do not think about how our website is performing. And maybe we never heard of that, by the way. Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's important to always think about that. And we will probably talk a little more about the same. So perhaps if you have a website, right now you can try to open this gtmetrics.com. Just open gtmetrics.com and put your website address there. Yes, put your website address there and check. I've also gone to Airtel hotspot gtmetrics.com. I've put the link there in the chat, and then you can place your website URL and test it. Just it will give you some results. You can tell us whether you can put the results there, maybe whether you are meeting expectation, approaching expectation, below expectation. Yes. What story does it tell? What story is your network telling? Is your website telling? There are various other platforms we can use, but that is one of the most popular and elaborate. So being online isn't enough. It's not just about being online. You need to be online, that is, you are available. Then you need to be discoverable. You could be there, but nobody sees you, nobody knows you're there. It's like you set up a shop on top of Mount Kenya. People pass there, a few people once in a lifetime. You see, so you should be discoverable, that you are there, something is happening, there is something you are doing, and so people are able to know or just stumble upon your content, upon your website, upon your material online, and then you should be reachable. Yeah, and enough times we people have been able to, you are trying to open a website and you realize unreachable. And what story that does tell about your organization, about your business? Something suffering, something to do with incompetence, something to do with not dependable. Maybe the moment they wire their money, your website will go down forever. You see, so you want to build some good reputation. You want to be not just be available, you want to be reachable and discoverable. And reachability in this case also means when somebody reaches your website, they can probably find a chat that reaches you, or maybe a WhatsApp chat, because many people are very familiar and they already have the app for WhatsApp. They can find telephone numbers, they can fill in a form that reaches you, there is an email that is working, a functional online presence. And your digital presence should also inspire trust. You are now available, discoverable, reachable, but perhaps we look at what you've presented, it gives us some shadow of doubt. Does this organization seem credible? Yeah. Are these people credible? Are they people I can do business with? Are they dependable? Can I trust them? You see, that is what always goes into the mind of an online user, an online buyer. Can I trust these people? From what they are going to see. Because today you can check how many people walk into your office. Not very many. Your clients largely are there out. And if you check, banks today no longer open branches because their clients are using online platforms and all sorts of solutions, including the, the agency banking. Almost every organization, the universities are all going online, and any entity that is not online is considered non-existent. In fact, being online today is what has replaced the traditional physical office. So having no website actually is equivalent to having no physical office. Nobody nowadays cares whether you have a physical office. In fact, whether you are on ground floor at a busy street, or you are at the topmost floor, or you are from home, it really doesn't make a lot of difference. It's transparent. If your digital footprint isn't making you look credible, it's a liability. It's not an investment. And that is something you need to put in your mind. You see? So, what's the psychology of the buyer? The question is, why should I wire my money to your business, to a business I haven't visited, to a business, to somebody I don't know? I don't know their faces. You see, that is what goes to their mind. And therefore, all your effort have to be geared towards ensuring that somebody has no doubt at all that you are there, you are dependable, you are whom you claim to be, and you do exactly what you claim to do. So, trust is the answer to this. Trust is the only currency that matters in this virtual economy. Enough of you we've never met. Enough of you have gone through some of our programs for Live Your Dream. And maybe enough of you are already using ICT Gurus. Right now, you are all on Power Monday. I believe I've met not very many of you. But that is what online is. That is what online presence is. There must be a way of building trust. There must be a way of believing the people exist. The people you deal with, they are not just robots. Actually, this reminds me. Last dinner at Nairobi Club, a lady came in and said, "You know, we've just been meeting. I did not know whether these are real people. I just came to see that these are people I can shake their hands and touch." You see, because some of you probably will never meet in person, but we've been interacting to the extent that we feel like we are birds of a feather. We are together. We are seated in the same room. So to build that trust, you always need these fundamentals. One is social proof. And what is social proof? Social proof is that uh, that feeling that these people are authentic. Some other people already are using their product. Somebody else already endorsed it. And this is bringing what we call word of mouth. Yes, word of mouth is where you are able to talk about a business, but you are talking about that business or that organization online. You are recommending, you are endorsing. This includes things like reviews. You are downloading an app, you are able to see the reviews about that app. 2,000 people have given it a rating of 4.8, and this is 4.8 out of 5. This must be a credible one, as opposed to where 2 people have endorsed and all of them have given 5. You see, that's social proof. Who else is doing this? Who else is using this service? Who else has benefited from it? And this is where sometimes some organizations go overboard. People go to your website and they see very crazy numbers and they start wondering, but is this believable? Yes, because how many lives touched? Maybe 700,000. But then you were started 5 years ago, and they wonder, is this believable? They are just putting numbers. So you need to always put at the back of your mind that you should be believable. You are trying to be believable. Authenticity, you are genuine, you are real people. Nobody wants to do business with a con. You are professional in your presentation. Most times, if you find the con people, enough times they do not have the patience and the long and the endurance. They do not take time for the details. For example, if you get a fake news article or a fake press release, you will notice that something is missing. Yes, some typos, some signature somewhere, whatever, some other things. Those are some of the things that people notice. But when they come to your website, what can they notice? Will they see that in the way you've presented yourself, in the way you have shown your testimonies, your products, there is a reason to believe you? You see, now, most times, many people, you could be on Facebook, you could be on LinkedIn, you're on Twitter, you're on TikTok, and you think that is enough. This is the way it works, the network, the online architecture. When people meet you online on some Facebook, they want to trace whether that is a genuine person, whether that is true. How do they verify? And that is where a website comes in. It is your source of truth. A website is the most authentic way to demonstrate credibility in present-day business environment. Somebody will be told, can you contact maybe Dreamcrest? And they will go, so what is Dreamcrest? And they will go and Google. They will go and ask ChatGPT, ask Gemini, do you know about this? Do you know about this? And depending on the results they get on Google, on those other platforms, they will be able to start either moving towards believing you or just ignoring everything they are told. So what happens is WhatsApp or LinkedIn or those are just like branches to the tree. You see, so you want to trace the root, and that is where the website comes in. And when somebody reaches your website, they should be able to click back to those social media links. And that is how they verify that these are the authentic links. All of you probably already know that some other fake accounts have been created. And so you are hearing that this is not his account. This is a surrogate. This is not a genuine account, because the account reads like this. So the question is, how will people know that whatever they are seeing on LinkedIn or wherever is genuinely yours? They should be able to trace it back to your website. And the same, when they go to the website, they should be able to trace your official social media links. That is it. That is how they get to verify. So this social media is like the leaves or the branches tracing back to the root. Yes, so they give traffic to the website, and traffic can also come from the website to the social media, to YouTube, to whatever. A reputable website affirms the genuineness of your social pages, and it's the final proof of your existence. Social media sometimes is more or less like you've rented an apartment somewhere, you've rented a piece of land. But website means you own something, you own that property, and therefore it proves you exist. And people want to do business with people that exist, organizations that exist. They are not just moving around. In fact, present day briefcase organization means you don't exist. You're doing business on Google, on Facebook, you cannot be traced. If Facebook chooses to bring that down, bring your page down, that is the end of the story. And you cannot say much. For a website, you are going to showcase all your products, testimonies, whatever, and you can lay it down well in a way that makes sense. So today, you may ask yourself whether your social media links are verifiable. And home-based businesses today have just as much advantage as corporate organizations, because fewer and fewer customers really visit your office or store. In fact, you realize that most of them, they order and you deliver, whether they order through WhatsApp, through filling a form, through telephone call, you're just delivering. But they believe you because you've been doing that and other people have been doing it and they've tasted your product and they can recommend some people talking about you. You see, so that is where social proof is. Yes, some of the you are borrowing trust. Some of the people have trusted, and so somebody else is also feeling like they can trust. So today it is said that while 43% of young people or Gen Zs, for the sake of our discussion, will meet you on TikTok, over 80% of them will trace back to website to check whether that is something genuine. Usually over 78% of people, when they hear the name of your organization or your name, they will first Google to find out whether that actually exists. So social presence takes quite a big role. It gives you a bigger advantage compared to just physical presence. How many people will walk your street? Not many. A long time ago, people would talk about billboards. You put a billboard on a highway where more people will be passing, and you trust that they will be able to see what you're talking about. But how much also can you put on a billboard, and how many people can pass by there? There are billions of people online, and they have a chance of meeting you any time of the day. So these things give every organization an advantage. And with this, you are able to lower the costs of your operation and maximize the revenue. And so these are some of the avoidable performance taxes, making your website not to perform. Performing means Google cannot even put it in their list. Yes, it means maybe some other things are broken, some pages are broken, some links don't really reach where they are supposed to reach, and it's not structured well. And if you do that test that we talked about, gtmetrics.com, you will find that report. What is the structure? Yes, how does it rank and things like that. So if your site is slow, it's down or broken, then you're telling your customer that you are unreliable. Or maybe it's sketchy. Yes, if it is sketchy, if it's outdated, yeah, the last thing that was done there was 2023 or 2024. It's bulky, it's unsecure, it sends out negative signal. It's like you are going to make a meeting with somebody who wants to talk about discipline, but then he comes in 30 minutes late. You see, how do you trust that person? Even if you give them audience, you just made up your mind that you cannot work with them. No excuse is good enough. So when your site loads faster, it gives trust. When it's well outlined, and then some other people love a lot of bling blings. So you reach a website and a lot of things running, and you cannot concentrate. Somebody feels tired in the mind. It's fatigue. You see, so it's good to stay authentic. It's good to stay conservative for a professional organization, except maybe if you're an artist. Yeah, you see the way artists dress, maybe that's the way you want the outlook also to be there. So enough people do not update their websites because they have no capacity to update. But every time you are going to update it, you look for the guy who developed it and pay them something. It becomes a very big problem. So it's also good to have a website where you are able to manage it on your own and update it. If somebody left your organization and a new person came in, you are not going to find that the person a photo that appears there is for somebody who left long ago. And the same thing happens even on our social media pages. I've worked with some organizations on their online presence, and you realize that they have 4 Facebook pages. Every person who came in to handle it created a new one. And so you realize that at some point they changed the logos, but the logo and all these 4 logos still exist on those social media pages. So it's good to ensure that there is that degree of consistency. Then poor structure architecture kills your ranking in digital reputation. That one I've said, and I hope we got it. So performance comes with professionalism. When everything is well ordered, everything is well structured, everything is well laid out, then the website naturally performs well, and that means it's actually working for you. It's achieving the objective for which it was formed. Now, these are some of the silent trust killers. One is bouncing emails and unreachable website. Somebody sends you an email and they are bouncing, and every time you even doubt whether your email is going to work, or you give them some Gmail, some whatever, Hotmail, some Yahoo, because you are not sure. What does that give? What impression does it give to your prospect or your client? It shows like I'm dealing with people whom I cannot depend on. You see, it kills trust. And verified claims. You putting figures that don't look real. You putting claims that don't sound real. You see, so it's good to think about all these things. Some other times we put things just thinking about marketing, but you could be demarketing yourself. You could be shooting yourself down. So stay conservative. Yes, we say you need to undersell. You need to under promise and over deliver. Let other people speak more about your services, your organization. Unsecured website, a website that alarms you or warns you, don't put anything sensitive because this one is not secure. You can see that lock, that security lock. Inconsistencies. On LinkedIn, you have this. On your website, you have this. TikTok, you have this. Whatever. Facebook, you have this. And then maybe inconsistency also comes with you appear, even colors could be different. But then you message people once in a while. They don't know. There is something in technology, in networks. We call it keep alive signal. Keep alive signal is usually timed within a few seconds. It sends, if a server doesn't send keep alive signal, it starts being marked as non-present. The same thing happens in business. If you do not have keep alive signal, yes, nothing is being heard from you. People do not know whether you died, whether the company folded or whatever. So you must always ensure that things are consistent, and even in your communication, whether it's once a week, twice a week, it's somewhat consistent. And that proves that you're there. Poor presentation, the layout doesn't just make sense. Everything is jumbled over. And then lack of human connection. Everything looks like it's just AI. You see, I don't know about you, but personally, whenever I log into a website and I find the chat box, which is AI, I feel like I'm a little turned off. I don't know. There is need to know that there is a human person, a real human being behind all this, and so there should be some related face. So there should be somebody whom we can name, whom we can call, and the likes. You see, so a website will not just work, or online presence will not just work because you've automated everything. Before that, there must be some degree of human connection. And some of the things you may want to consider when you're doing hosting, and I want it to end soon, is the size of your storage online. It's like the compound or size of your office and the path leading to it, the storage and the bandwidth. Bandwidth is like the path. You all know that usually when something is happening, for example, when like in Kenya, when results for schools are out or people are applying for university, you realize that the portal for the education ministry just keeps going down. It gets choked because of bandwidth. It's not the person behind, it's not their technology, it is the size, it is the path leading there. There is big traffic, and so reaching there becomes a problem. So ensuring that your website is not choked when customers arrive. Considering also expandability and scalability is important. When you're setting up your website, imagine that you will grow, your organization will grow. Will it mean you are transferring it from where it is to another place? And all of you know what it means to move houses. Some other things get broken, things fall off. Not everything will arrive at the new destination. So think, is it possible to scale? Will I be able to scale wherever I am? And think long term. Think that resources will increase. You will need more. You will need a highway at some point. Will it be provided where you are? You see, that is, if you needed more bandwidth, you needed more storage and things like that. Think about all that. Think about your security as well. And that is where you can also choose to partner with ICT Gurus. We are available for free consultation, dependable, affordable, and secure. ICT Gurus started in 2009, and it started as your ICT organization outdoor, next door, because most organizations cannot afford to install or to hire an inside ICT person. So you would always call to get support. But along the way, we realized that many people were not branding themselves well and were having trouble with their emails and websites. And so we started advising them, giving them advice where to go and get all these things. But when enough times they got disappointed, they would come back to us and ask, so these people of yours, they are letting us down. Our website is down, whatever. And that is when we said, why can't we look for a solution that we can always vouch for? Dependable, affordable, and secure. At some point, the websites that we helped some other people to host were all hacked. Yes, people opening and just seeing black screen and saying obscenities. And that was not a good idea. So we had to look for solution for ourselves and set it out there to be dependable. That's how ICT Gurus ended up doing hosting. So to get in touch, you can either use that telephone number, email address, or you can scan that. And that is it anyway. And with that, maybe just to mention, you were told I've done 3 books. That is What is Living in 7 Ds, which was done in 2017, published in 2017. And then there is a leadership book called The Making of a Symphony Orchestra, looking at leadership as an orchestra. Yes, and that was published in 2019. And then last year we published Strong Fools, Lazy Smarts. Reason Fools Seem to Thrive. Yes, and so that is my own contact. I'm ready for any questions that would be there, and I will be happy to answer them.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sorry, did I cut you short?
No.
Okay, thank you so much. That was a very informative session. Asante sana. You always deliver every time. So you don't love being our guest speaker. Sijui kwa nini. We will have to look into that. So is Dr. Melvin Lima in the house? Dr. Melvin. And as I wait for Dr. Melvin to come and help us with the question and answer segment, remember to ask all your questions in the chat. I think it's easy and it's very time efficient if you just post your questions in the chat. and then we read as the speaker answers them. To answer one question, there's someone who just asked when is the meet and greet and the time. We are going to share more details, but the meet and greet is this Saturday in the afternoon.
Okay,
So
let me just start answering them as I can read them.
Okay, thank you.
So I saw somebody said they got a C. I think that was LG. I got an A. That is Dreamcrest. Wow. Okay. We built that website. I got a C. Good morning, Monday team. Welcome to the CEO. Yes. Then, is there a way of checking if a website is fake? I have heard of fraudsters setting up websites. Yes, most times, well, there is a way you can check when that domain was registered. Domain is that the organization.com, .co.ke, .whatever, .org. If it was just registered recently and it has a lot of claims, you may be able to know that. The other thing is whether those links work. Do they have real people whom you can relate with? You can trace them back on LinkedIn. You can trace them back on some other social media. You see, are there faces you can attach? And that's what I was talking about, human connection. So just use your instinct also in checking all that. There may be many other ways. Another way is ask AI. Yes, do you know about this organization? What do you know about it? Do you know about this person? And that's why it's also important to know, to ensure that you have some genuine narrative out there. A lady was referred to me for counseling and told her daughter, the daughter said, first, let me Google her. Yes, they will always Google, then told her, yes, you can go there. That doctor seems very okay. That is Dr. Eda. Somebody was referred to her and they have to Google first to know whether that person exists. Thanks. How can I make a website interactive but still not too time consuming in terms of engagement with clients, potential clients? Sometimes use of bots isn't reliable, or yes, you just need to put as lean as possible information that is necessary for somebody, and then you put reach out. You make them find it easy to reach out to you for more information. But then there is the standard layout of a website. Some other people come up with some other creative ways of doing it, but it doesn't work. You see, I love saying, if you buy an electronic, there is always the way a power button looks like. It's some round button with some stroke inside. If you are creative and you start making yours maybe square, then you are starting to confuse people. You see, so like in a website, there is a place where we expect a logo to be, there is a place where we expect contract information to be, and the likes. That should be the standard layout. If you start putting them differently, then you are confusing the clients. It's like you are giving them a custom-made thing and they need to start learning how to use it. Interactive means somebody can click and it goes somewhere, and there is easy flow. And if they want to talk, they want to chat something, they can even fill in the form and the likes. Except where you are developing a web app, something like a website, you can create an account and do all those things. That's a different type of website. What's affordable option to create a website for small new NGO? I have been trying to have one developed with limited budget. Yes, and part of the budget, sometimes, enough people go out to save money, and somebody will tell you, well, I can do it for you with 10,000 maybe Kenya shillings. But by the end of the day, you don't even like what you got, because many people pick a template and place it there, and then they feed in your information. Now you want to do an NGO, they go pick for some template for NGO from WordPress, and then they put it there. Then they realize that they cannot finish that website because some other elements don't exist. They are in the other organization, but they are not in your organization. You see, so it becomes a problem, and now you have some other parts that communicate something that is inconsistent with what you actually do. You see, at one point I saw somebody was building a website for a church, but then, you know, some churches do not have send prayer request or donate or whatever, give tithe. But then now you've put a template that has all these and you do not know what to do with this give tithe or send prayer request. Like a Catholic church does not have that send prayer request and something. So it becomes a problem. Now you need to get authentic people or genuine people who can do your website, and they may charge you a little more, but that will be good enough. At least you will have something that you can believe in. It's one off. Usually website development is one off. Then you manage it. For example, for ICT Gurus, we will hand it over to you to manage it. We will show you how you manage it. You do not need to go to school to do it. It's just like managing Word. You can remove a photo, put another one, you can edit text, and take care of it. You do not need to be paying people every now and again to manage your website. Alice here, thanks for the insight we continue to receive in these sessions. What services are offered pro bono? Yeah, like what I've just given you is pro bono. We offer a lot of consultations for free. And the other thing is when we develop your website, we give you that we handhold you for at least 12 months. Yeah, thank you. Metrics. What are the charges for developing websites? Websites will depend, but we can talk about that after this. You can reach out. View very informative, credible, or essential on a quote of the day. When it's obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals. Adjust. That is Matthew. Simple, relatable. Please assist those among us who would love to put pen to paper and share their thoughts, experience. Yes, like blogs. So you need to have a blog, and that also helps you to be authentic, yes, and be relatable. It positions you as thought leader. Enough of us love posting on LinkedIn, but then if you can put the start of your story on LinkedIn and then you put their link, read more, and then it leads to your website, and then people will read there, and because people buy because they've already known you, liked you, trusted you, they can now click on other links to learn about you. That's why even if you posted something on TikTok, TikTok will tell you how many people viewed your profile. LinkedIn will tell you how many people viewed your profile. It's because of what you shared that will make them start looking for your profile and lead them to your website. And they start, remember, they must know you first before they buy anything from you. So that initial contact is very important. And take it like first impression when people reach your website. What is impression? Your story is just read much. I will reach out. Yes, thank you very much, Emmanuel. I'm Sia, greeting from me. I've tried to verify my LinkedIn, but it's every time it asks verify account. Yes, there are few challenges with LinkedIn verification. One, you can either verify through a company, and that company needs to have been recognized by LinkedIn. There is a process of recognizing that, or you use a particular ID that has a chip. And I think for most countries in Africa, most of the IDs, like the passports, do not yet have that. And then the other thing is your phone. If you are verifying from the phone needs to be able to read that chip in a particular manner. It's another discussion we can have. Do you recommend self-made AI websites like from WordPress? I don't seem to get that question. But remember, you can have AI to help you, but AI should not be the originator of the content. Put the outline, put the content, and then let it refine it for you. But if it is all AI generated, it might actually just generate the same thing for somebody else. Let there be your voice. Let people feel your voice in that. How do you choose types of hosting? Yes, you choose types of hosting depending on the nature of your business. And Uber organization will require higher bandwidth. If they put, there are categories. There is shared hosting, there is the semi-dedicated and dedicated hosting. So if Uber is if Uber is going to host, they must look for dedicated or at least semi-dedicated. Well, KRA or universities like University of Nairobi must look for dedicated, because there is a lot of direct usage, people creating account and the likes. For small organizations, you just use shared hosting. The larger the space you get, the better. Take it for example like your phone. If your phone has less space, over time it starts slowing down, and that is the way your website will behave. So you need you need more space, and you need more bandwidth. That's why emails bounce, because enough hosting organizations will put the website files together with the emails, and if you have more emails, you will always have trouble. You see, so space is very important when you are getting hosting. Just ensure that you are getting ample space. Someone created a website but refused to give us right. That is another thing. Many people will not will want you to retain you around, to keep you around. You keep paying them. Be the owner, even for your Facebook account, even for your hosting account. Some other people will hold you ransom, and therefore you cannot move, you cannot even manage, and you need to always pay them something. Whenever somebody hosts you, they should send you all the credentials so that you can log into your control panel. You are able to do whatever you want to. Even if you want to migrate, you can migrate without necessarily looking for them. You should not be dependent on an individual. If he gets involved in an accident tomorrow, will it mean that your business stops going on? It's discontinues. So you need to have all this control for everything, not leaving them to somebody else. There is a WhatsApp group for Power Monday. Somebody has asked about WhatsApp group, and I think because of time we can close so that some other questions can be answered afterwards. But for people who want to join a WhatsApp group for Power Monday, you can do this. Power Monday. Fill in the form there. I want to hand it over so that, because I see time is going, so that we can close. We can answer other questions after the official time. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Otieno Paul Peter. Thank you so much. That was an awesome question and answer segment. Now I call upon Dr. Morris. Dr. Morris, who is going to give the vote of thanks.
Okay, so thank you so much. I am working towards there, and I will get the title officially in a couple of, I keep on praying that it comes sooner, but I'll be there. But I just want to take this chance to sincerely thank you so much, Otieno Paul Peter, for sharing with us about our online presence, what we need to do, and what we need to do to make it. I'm actually using two gadgets. I don't know which one. Whether you're able to see me on one of them. Let me use this other one.
Yeah, we are seeing you on one written.
Okay.
Morris.
Perfect. So, thank you so much, Otieno Paul Peter. In fact, that tool you gave us, the DT Matrix tool, as I've tried some websites. There's one you helped us do, and it has scored very high marks, 97%. Thank you so much. I think ICT Gurus really does it. I also tried other websites, and I'm affiliated to, and they got a B. And I think there is also an opportunity to improve. And I saw other people also sharing, they got a C, and others who are shy to share. Maybe they can work to improve their scores. You really opened our eyes, and it actually made me thinking. We've always connected and met, etc., but I've never been bothered to know where the physical office is. What I know is that you exist and you are there, and that is how many of us have even connected. So you are confirming that your online presence is like having a physical office, cannot be disputed. That is very real. And I'm sure that whatever you have shared is what applies to everyone. And I'm sure that from this, many of us are going to improve their online websites, their LinkedIn profiles, and other ways, so that your presence does not really kill your being there. Also, thank you so much, Lady our poet, Lady Dr. Losita, And you said having the courage, it was a powerful one. And just like Lady Noel had said earlier, we always look forward to these points in the morning, Mondays. They really encourage. God has really gifted you and for you to even do more. And thank you so much, Lady Noel, also for being a great moderator. You've always done it. And I keep on praying for you to doing it. You know, doing it online is not easy. People think that it is just natural. No, I think it's after many practices that become a very good moderator. And for all the participants who came in, because even if we had a very, very good talk and there are no participants, it will be of no use. I think at one point we were almost at over 100, and it's simply because of the increased awareness as more and more people become more and more aware of ICT Gurus and Power Monday. And all the people behind Power Monday, the board members, there is Olale, Melvin, Antonia, all of you, thank you so much. And just to wish you a good day, and looking forward to connecting with all those who will be able to make it a meet and greet. And also, I take this chance, if you will allow me just for a second, to invite all those who like to join us, the Pension Club International, for the breakfast. We'll be talking about how you match your career success and financial security. Some of us have really succeeded in their careers, you've gone to the top, but when you look at your bank account, it is wanting. So how can you match those two? So I'll be sharing more information about that in the WhatsApp group, and those who are interested, you can come in. And thank you so much, everyone, and may God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We were 120. I think we were, at some point, I saw 124.
Thank you so much, Maurice Omondi. Asante sana sana. There's something that I wanted to say, but I have forgotten. Anyway,